Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at probability. We're going to be starting from the very basics because I know that some of us didn't do grade 9 probability because it's not in the ATPs. So let's start from the very basics. Let's look at two important concepts. So we're going to look at sample space and we're going to look at the word events. Okay, so let's say that we have a six-sided die that is rolled. That is just a singular version of a dice. What is the probability that it lands on an even number? So let's first look at sample space. So the sample space is everything that is included in what is happening here. So we could roll a 1, we could roll a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. That is our sample space. The event is what they are talking about. So they are saying landing on an even number. So let's look at that event. The event is landing on an even number. So that's going to be 2, 4, and 6. Now what is the probability? Now the probability of this event occurring is how many times this event occurred divided by your sample space, and in this case it's going to be 6. So the probability of it landing on an even number is half. So that is the basic understanding of how to do probability. Let's look at the two types of probability. So we have experimental and theoretical. So there is a formula for experimental. It's called relative frequency. So it's the frequency of events over the total number of times the event repeated. And then we've got an example here. Okay. So let's say that we spin the spinner, and with experimental probability, we go and we physically spin the top. So let's say we spun this thing and we got 13 blues, 7 greens, 12 yellows, 18 reds, and in total I spun it 50 times. So I go and ask you, after spinning this top for 15 times, what is the probability of us getting a blue? Well, if we look at the last slide, the probability, the relative frequency in this case, because we have gone and physically done the work, is going to be 13 over 50. And the same thing here, green would be 7 over 50, yellow 12 over 50. We could simplify that to 6 over 25, and 18 over 50, we could simplify that too. If they do ask for probability, for percentage, all you need to do is just times by 100, and that should give us our percentage, which would be what? 26%. Okay, let's look at theoretical. Now, theoretical is when we just think about what is happening and pull out some events that is possible. So, probability of an event, number of outcomes in event over the sample space. So let's say we spin this thing and I say to you, what is the probability of us getting a red? Well, there's one red out of 4 options. What is the probability of us getting yellow? Well, there's one yellow out of 4. Same for if the probability of getting a green, 1 over 4, and the probability of us getting a blue, 1 over 4. So the reason why I've done all 4 of the probabilities is because I want to show you that if we had to add them all together, we would get 1. So this is called the probability scale. What you need to know is that a probability is not allowed to go over 1. It has to be between 0 and 1. If it is 1, you're looking at the whole event that has occurred. Okay, so let's look at an example here. Let's look at the word mathematics. Suppose that one letter is chosen from the word. What is the probability that it will be a C? Well, let's look firstly at how much words we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our sample space will be 11. Of those 11, how many of them are C's? Well, 1. So that's just going to be 1 over 11. And then what is the probability of us getting an M? Well, there was only 2 M's. So that's just going to be 2 over 11. Suppose we remove the letters C and M. What now is the probability of us getting an E? Well, if we remove M and C, our sample space has now become smaller. So our sample space is now 9. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. Sorry, it's 8. 11 minus 3 is 8. Okay, so what is the probability of getting an E once we have removed the 2 letters? Well, how many E's do we have? Only 1, so 1 over 8. Okay, let's look at this other example. So now they've mixed colors and they've mixed letters. Suppose we put these blocks in a bag. What is the probability that we pull out a yellow block? Well, how many blocks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. And 3 of those blocks are yellow, so it's going to be 3 over 8. What is the probability that a yellow block is an A? Well, we've only got 3 yellow blocks. So the probability of a yellow block being A is going to be 2 over 3. If we remove that yellow A, so we're removing this one and this one, what is the probability that we take out a blue? Well, we have removed 2 blocks, so let's see how many's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our sample space is now 6. And we're going to be taking out a blue. Well, that guy's purple, so it's only going to be a 6th. Hopefully this video was nice and short, showed you everything that you need to know about the basic understanding of probability. Our next video will be looking at and or and a complement event. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.